The sacking of Ahmed Yacoub, the lawyer representing a family involved in the controversial incident at Manchester Airport, has generated significant debate, as no doubt it was expected to. Ahmed Yacoub is known for his political activism, particularly his pro-Gaza stance, and he's previously stood in elections in the UK. However, his involvement in this case is contentious, and has led to his dismissal by the family he represented. I don't think the family has very many grounds for support, frankly. The incident in question involves two brothers who were seen in an altercation with police officers at Manchester Airport. The initial footage showed the police aggression, which led to public outrage, and subsequent CCTV footage has revealed that the brothers were certainly not innocent, as one might have expected, and displayed behaviour that contributed to the escalation. It's a complicated narrative, and it makes it difficult for some to assign blame. And it's not our place, in a way, to assign blame, but we can make statements, we can make quite clear statements and draw conclusions about the damage that the policeman kicking the victim on the floor has done to the image of policing in our country. Yacob's dismissal reportedly stems from two reasons. First, his political background and activism were seen as potentially compromising his ability to represent the family impartially. And secondly, there were concerns about his professional conduct and the way he handled the case, which might have exacerbated tensions rather than diffusing them. And despite the family's problematic actions, which include provocation and resistance, the police's response has been, I think, rightly criticised, especially the image of the officer kicking one of the brothers at least twice, and kicking him in the face, and this has led to to brain damage in some form, and he's been hospitalised. The act has widely been condemned, and rightly so, because it cannot be justified, regardless of the provocation, regardless of the preceding events. That act of the kick itself cannot be justified. It doesn't mean, it's not a binary choice. This group is innocent, that group is guilty. It's not. They both have serious things to answer, serious issues to answer. And I don't think it's just one policeman involved in this problem that has serious questions to answer. The fellow who was pulled down from his position, sitting, pulled down onto the floor. Again, this goes beyond professional policing. I think it's very difficult not to see it involved with an emotional outburst in response to what happened beforehand. Somebody having their nose broken, the altercation, the fight, fear, all of those things may serve to explain the police response, but they don't exonerate the police, and they don't wipe out the police offence. The police offence is grievous, and the fact that it was broadcast, the fact that it was caught on camera and transmitted on social media, has done more damage to policing in the UK than I think any other event in the last 20 years. Yes, there have been serious police failures in the last 20 years, but they haven't come down to the visual of one or two individuals. It's been about a group failure, a failure to contain this situation, a failure to do that, a failure to do this. Not unlike the police running away in Leeds the other day. The failure to deal with a domestic dispute. Too many police there, and then intimidated by the neighbourhood response. What we actually need is a personalised police. We need to go back to the idea that we can identify the the police who are protecting our community. And the same thing is true about our GPs. We need to be able to identify who is our GP. This idea of an impersonal CCTV-based machine, I hope people are recognizing it doesn't work. It doesn't work. And the sacking of Yacob, to get back to the main story, the sacking of Yacob serves as a reminder of the importance of neutrality, professionalism, and holding individuals to account, particularly in highly charged situations. And this is a highly charged situation. And I also think, the social media thing, there is a tendency to go into this sort of tribal team thing. It doesn't work. It doesn't work because there are nuances all over the place. And, you got the GB News people saying that they would like to give that over. Lee Anderson saying he'd like to give the officer a medal. Well, Lee Anderson just needs to shut up. But the idea, you can't comment because you haven't seen the whole video. You can comment because you've seen the point which other people have seen, which damages the police. It damages the credibility of the police force. And it's wrong. It's wrong. And to see the earlier footage simply shows us what provoked that moment. It's very useful context. It shows us how that moment escalated. But it doesn't exonerate the policeman. And the ongoing issues of police conduct and police responsibility, the necessity for thorough investigations to find out why things got out of control, very useful to ensure that they don't get out of control in future. And to ensure that justice can proceed. But justice for the family, I should think the only thing that would be just for the family is to lock them up.